Welcome to today's Men's Mental Health Journal. Um, I just got back from a run, so I'm pretty sweaty if you're watching this as a video. If you're listening, obviously I got back from a run. My legs are feeling it. From a lot of sport earlier this week, and I'm not doing enough stretching and yoga. I'm trying not to bombard too many habits, but at the same time I'm getting the physical workouts in, but I'm not getting the stretching and mobility. But at the same time, I'm trying not to bombard my life with too much. But I do need the stuff, so I guess yoga and stretching is going to have to be a non-negotiable. So in some way, I can squeeze it in. So how am I feeling? Interesting day. I've been did about at least 3, maybe 4 like 10-minute breathwork sessions. These guys, IMD, who got a really good YouTube, an Instagram and YouTube channel, are up and coming. They got basically they do like 9D sounds, so like really cool sounds. You put headphones on, you do breathwork, so it's really good mentally and emotionally for you, and it really lets a lot out. And I have a lot of stress coming up, and anger. And what I've realised is recently it's sort of going up a bit because I've really been like not running away and really been reconditioning my mind to think in a certain way. So therefore maybe the intense, not so empowering emotions like anger, anxiety, stress come up a lot more because it's like reconditioning. So I've had to do a lot of breath work. And I'm really making an intention to stay away from judging myself, from being upset by things, because it's like I shouldn't be upset by this, I shouldn't be upset by that, and I am. For example, I'm still judging myself for being upset by a dating situation which was like 6 weeks ago and it didn't work out. And even just saying that, there's still a little bit of emotion behind it. When I think about it, obviously it wasn't the right woman for me, because it didn't work out. So there we go. But it's like there's a whole part of me that was kind of like dying as a result of that the kind of, even though I didn't show it on the outside, but inside the old self of me was sort of like dying off of needing that approval or getting, that external source of feeling good that I've done most of my life in all areas. So yeah, kind of grieving that version of me whilst I come into my own power is really cool. But yeah, what I'm going to do over the weekend is really do some deep diving and sit with myself, really take anything out that is not necessary. Even my week planning, I'll move till Monday. And content creation might be quite tricky to move, but I'll get that in somehow. I'll probably just edit guest episodes rather than do solos next week. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. There are moments of bliss though. Of like now and then I'm like, after the breath work. So if I can move that to more of a baseline and standard approach, that'd be amazing. I've been talking to people when I can. Some people I just don't feel good talking to, not because they're bad people, but because they're just shit listeners. And if you got a shit listener, don't talk to them, because they make you feel worse, not from their intention, but from their ability. Because listening's a rare skill. If you find someone who's just doesn't pay attention when you're talking, just don't share deeply emotional things because they can't handle it. I can tell when I speak to people if they've got the emotional resource now to just hold things. You can tell by their body language. But yeah, talking to people helps. Just keep going through the emotions. It's like I've been a bit like judgmental of myself, of like how many more times you need to feel these emotions, and like I forget that it's a lifetime of experiences of mostly through through all my 20s and quite a lot through my like early 30s. I've been running away from emotions, whether that's out partying, some kind of the next personal growth hit, dating, some whatever random woman getting numbers, whatever, or social media distractions or whatever it was. I've been running from my emotions, and when you start sitting with them, it's gonna take time and it's gonna be difficult, very difficult. It's the most difficult thing I've done. So I realize a lot of human beings don't do this either, and you have to have faith that it's going to work out as well. That if you keep sitting with your emotions, you're going to get that. It's going to work out for you in some capacity. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's really going through the emotions. But when I get into that peaceful, blissful pace, it's amazing because it feels like I don't need alcohol. I don't need a woman. I don't, I want a woman, but I don't need a woman. I don't need X amount of money. Obviously, you do need a certain amount of money to live off, but I don't need to be like a millionaire. Or I don't need to chase money. I want it, but I don't need it. I get into that space when I feel it energetically, and that's a really powerful energy to be in. But it's not obviously working through emotions and allowing them to pass rather than running from them is a lot of work. So I'm being very conscious of my energy as well. So yeah, thought I'd share that, because often we can quit very early. It's like, oh, this is really hard, I'm going to quit. But actually, it's when we keep persevering through, that's when the real mastery comes. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to a social tonight, not drinking, debating whether to get my, actually you don't need to know that, debating about dinner. I'm not going to talk to you about that because that's not important. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I will speak to you tomorrow.